Hello everyone, welcome back to the Falador area only Iron Man. This is episode 7, the getting ready to make a mole fight attempt episode. We might be in for a short one actually. We're here at the old field, to start off anyway, to hopefully get some beginner clue scrolls in the process of getting a little bit of food and starting off what we're doing in this video. If you watched till the end of episode 6, and why wouldn't you have watched till the end of episode 6, you got a good idea of what's going on. Got food, now we're going over to try and get a staff and a robe, but we'll be back for these guys. We need better food if we're going to try and tackle the mole anytime soon. We can't do that with cooked cow and 1 meat pie. 1 pack of food, no staff, no robes. Something like 15 extra air runes though, which is 15 casts Earth Strike, so you gotta love that. Well, we've got 1 staff, and now there's another staff on the ground, and we still got a bag full of food, so let's see what we get for runes and move on. Not the runes I had in mind. Blood runes might actually be the most useless runes for me on this account. Let's grab more food. We'll cook our meat here, and then we'll go train magic and try and get some potato seeds. We're at 541 total level and 15 magic. Let's see what we end up at. We burned through all our runes, got to level 22 magic, and now we're making some shit. Trying not to die. Can we get another level by elking the robe? We can. 23. I wasn't hoping to end up here, but here we are. We've got 1 patch of potatoes from forever ago, but in those almost 300 air runes, which is the equivalent amount in Earth Strike casts because it only takes 1 air rune, we got no seed potatoes at all. So we are still trying to harvest some seed potatoes. And it's a lot easier with a full set of armor, I'll say that much. Not that I expect the giant mole to be anywhere near this easy. I feel like if it's possible, we're cutting it close, but it might be possible. We are going to need food for that though. Like, potato seeds are such a struggle, I don't know why. Okay, this is weird. I thought we were gonna have to grind for a whole bunch of potato seeds, but it looks like we have enough potatoes just from this 1 patch to do a single run at the mole. I was not anticipating being ready for this early. Don't look at me like that, gnome. I was just killing imps just for something to do. Not expecting to get 3 pots of flour, but yeah, I guess we're making some pizza. Cabbages keep ending up diseased for some reason, don't know why. Just procrastinating a little bit. Really, it should give me a chance to talk to you about the exception we're about to need to make. We need light in order to exist in the underground mole lair, in order to fight the mole, so we have about 4 options that I'm willing to entertain, sorta. I've made a decision already, basically, but here are the options that I was thinking about. We could go with either a candle or a torch. Candle, there are a couple ways to go about getting it, and a torch we can get, I think the closest way is as a drop in the Stronghold of Security from Katobo Pawn. But to be brutal and honest, fuck using a tier 1 light source for this. Not gonna do it. Another option we might go with is the candle lantern. At first, I was only thinking about the candle that you can buy for 1,000 coins in Lumbridge, and we really don't want to have to go there. But then I realized that you can get a candle and both the glass blowing materials, or all the glass blowing materials, in Intrana. A little bit of a big exception, but at the same time, we can get everything that we need to do it in one place, and it's less running around and not settling for a torch candle tier 1 light source. Just no. Alternatively, we could also go with the oil lamp. We have the stats to make that, and to make a glass blowing candle lamp, kind of the same requirements to make exceptions wise as to make the oil lamp. Basically, the only real difference there is for the oil lamp we would also have to make an exception to make the oil and to get the swamp tar to make the oil. So that's a few more exceptions, not all that much benefit to getting the oil lamp at that point. So I think we're gonna go with the candle. If you're seeing this, if all went to plan, we went with the candle lantern. I hope we don't lose all our shit. Also, these were more recently diseased. How did they finish more than the sweet corn? I'm not even gonna ask. Haven't done much of this in a while. We're in the middle of cooking some sweet corn with butter. I think this is how it should work, but it's kind of crazy to me just how much cooking is an important skill on this account. I kind of saw it coming, not initially, but not long after I started. Does this work? Let's check. Nothing interesting is happening. Apparently that's not a thing. I just tried to look it up, but I really thought it was. Anyway, more farming, then light source, unfortunately. That is a weird coincidence. And then setting up our inventory to finally try and take on one of the giant mole. I need to go eat some supper. This is becoming too much. We got a few heads of corn to waste on combat training, I guess. And I'm watching a model building of a franchise that I wish got a hell of a lot more exposure and representation in the West. Used to be a pretty regular Saturday morning cartoon, and now it's one of those franchises that got blew up all over the place in Japan, like 12 games or something approaching that, and we get nothing approaching that in the West. I think there was a Game Boy Advance game that long ago. I'm talking about Metabots. Why don't we get any new Metabots shit? We're finally at the point in the account where I can just kind of reminisce about times long past. Probably about 2001, maybe 2002, hanging out in a small town, which isn't the small town that I'm currently hanging out in right now. A different small town, the one that my grandparents used to live in. Hanging out with my childhood best friend at whatever debatably sketchy place that he would drag me around to. I'd say that guy was the best, but that guy's still the best. I just haven't seen him in, like, half a decade because he's got a family and all that shit on the go now, and I'm still here playing RuneScape. Point being, all that was said to say that this brings me back to when I don't even remember what we were doing at this guy's house, but we were hanging out at this guy's house, and this one slightly older guy, so we would have been like young, like I was probably 10, 11, and he would have been like 12, 14. This other dude could have been anywhere between like 16 and 26 for all I know. But he was just sitting there at the Varrock Castle, not being particularly bothered, just killing guards. Killing guards was his thing, and they looked like this in Varrock back in those days. Fuck, this might have been actually back in 2000, 2001. Was I 8 when this happened? It was definitely RuneScape 1 era. I was setting up the screen for this, and those things just finished growing. Anyway, let's plant our last set of crops before mole and do this ugly thing. Level 30 farming, right on. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't know if it's like an anxiousness thing, or even if you can fuck up the process at all of glass making or making a lantern, but I got 3 just in case. Anyone else kinda like that? Anybody? I'm not the contraband carrying criminal you guys are looking for. Is this how life works right now? And there we go. We have our contraband candle lantern. Posture check. Stop slouching, you filthy Gilanorians. And well, I guess this is it. Here's the setup. Here's the bag. The spell book, which we might use a little bit. I'm not sure, we'll see. The levels. You can pause and look at those. And I'm not really sure how to end this off in any sort of cliffhangy way, so